As much as Hawaii is recognized for its surfing, the islands have long been admired for their natural beauty. But in recent decades, our native species have struggled to survive. The Laukahi Network is looking to change that through a coordinated effort to help save Hawaii's native plants before they disappear.
With Hawaii's native plants, they're in a rather dire situation. There's a multitude of threats facing our native plants. Hawaii's native plants occupy 44% of the list of endangered species in the US. So we're facing a real uphill battle right now. The Laukahi Network is an alliance of organizations, individuals, and agencies, all aiming to protect Hawaii's native plants through coordinated conservation. Our network consists of all these partners, the state and federal agencies, other nonprofits, the botanical gardens, and land managers, everyone that has a component of plant conservation mission. And so we try to align all of our work together to try and advance plant conservation in the state of Hawaii.
Yeah, so the Seed Conservation Lab is a repository seed bank for the entire Hawaiian archipelago. So we bank seeds from all the other islands and we put them in long-term storage, whether it's a freezer or refrigerator, depending on the storage behavior of that species, in the hopes that we can preserve that genetic diversity long-term for propagation, restoration efforts later on. We have a little over 31 million seeds banked in our collection. It covers about 550 of the total taxa, and then we have about 315 rare endangered species. The seed bank's really important because in these kind of extinction events or rapid population decline, even population shifts, we have these individuals in a safe location. A big part of our work and research is pulling these and germinating them and providing individuals to go back out into the wild to restore populations. Between species, between genera, there are different storage behaviors. So we have orthodox species, and they can tolerate freezing in a conventional freezer. What we would consider intermediate species are ones that they're freeze sensitive, and so instead we put those in the refrigerator. Ideally, we want to get them as cold as possible if they can handle it, because the colder we get them, the longer we can slow the metabolic rate of the seed down to extend its shelf life long term. The third category are seeds that we consider recalcitrant. So that means I can't put them in a standard refrigerator or freezer. So it's very difficult for us to maintain those in the seed lab. For the most part, at this time, we don't. And a lot of those species are represented in our micropropagation lab.
So this room contains our tissue culture collection. And so all of these plants are being grown in sealed test tubes in tissue culture. And so the vast majority of these plants are actually critically endangered. So that means they have less than 50 individuals in the wild. And we also have a handful of plants that are currently extinct in the wild. So they're not found anywhere else in the wild or in any other facilities. We currently have 43,000 plants growing in tissue culture. And so it's an incredible amount of work for us to maintain this collection. We have about 220 rare and endangered taxa of native Hawaiian plants. But in addition to that, we also have a lot of culturally significant plants like taro, sweet potato, and banana. We currently have 89 different varieties of taro that we grow and maintain here in culture and provide to other Lo'i farms for them to grow and perpetuate those specific varieties. So over the course of a year, these plants will outgrow their test tubes, they'll grow to the top, they'll suck up all the nutrients in the media, and what we have to do is take them out, take cuttings from them, and plant them back into fresh media so that they can continue to grow for the next year. The work that we do here in the lab is extremely important because a lot of these plants don't exist anywhere else in the world outside of Hawaii. So if we were to lose these species, they would be lost forever. The micropropagation lab doesn't actually own any of these species. These are all species that are owned by the different land managers such as DLNR, DOFA, or the Natural Armory Resource Program, who then give us the task of taking these plants and preparing them for outplanting when they determine that they have enough resources available to put those plants back out into the wild.
So today we're going to be outplanting Lobelia wahuensis. This is part of a larger project. We've grown 2,500 of this species to help restore it. There are only 20 left in the wild, so we're hoping that by outplanting these individuals, all of different founders, so that we have a good genetic mix, that we will start to see some natural recruitment. This is a monocarpic species, so when it flowers, it dies, so we're putting out high numbers in the hopes that we'll see more growing in the future.
So for the Plant Extinction Prevention Program, PEP, we deal with plants that have 50 or fewer founders remaining in the wild. So the founder is the mature individual plant that's in the wild that we go and survey for or monitor, and we're making those collections from. So it's really important that we know exactly all the different founders, where they came from. We follow them through when we collect the seeds. We label them down to know where these individuals came from, and then so when we plant them out into the wild, we know which mama plant they came from, and so when they go back into the ground, we'll track it, and then when those baby plants produce seeds of their own, we'll collect that information as well. We are seeing some trends of maybe some of the plants are put out, environmental factors are making them flower or mature a little bit quicker, so it is maybe a little bit of a rush for us to try and go back to these different individuals to make sure that we're making collections from these plants before they die off, so that we have those founders, genetic information kind of represented for the future.
Challenges that we're seeing are the degradation of their natural habitat by invasive species such as ungulates, pigs, and goats, as well as invasive weeds. Additionally, recently we've had more human visitation of these habitats. So as you're enjoying our natural environment here on Oahu, I recommend that you stay on the trail. Going off trail really makes a big impact to the surrounding habitat by introducing weeds on your shoes and degrading the habitat by stepping on sensitive plants in the area. And it also invites other animals such as rats to follow you into the forest, or pigs even. So stay on the trail, be aware of your surroundings. These are a lot of times sacred places, and coming to the forest with the mindset of doing no harm. You're ready. Here you go. When we plant them, we learned from our partners on the Big Island that we have been saying, "Eola oi, eola makone." Because of you, we all live. If you live, we all live. So I think that's really cool to give purpose when you're doing it, and to give them a little blessing on their way. Here you go. The best part is that every species has a story. From start to finish, from either it was culturally used or that it is recognized worldwide for its evolutionary history, or that it has a really unique breeding system, or that they have an interesting seed storage behavior, or, there's always an interesting aspect. So every day, all the plants have something to tell you if you're there to listen. Something that I want people to take away: we really care. This is something that is from our heart, and we become intimately connected with the plants that we collect and then rear up and then plant out, and we really have the best intentions to see them through and to see them recovered, so that our keiki and their keiki and generations to come can still come out and to see these plants, or to know that they are there and that they are part of an ecosystem. There's always hope. You know, we wouldn't come to work if we thought that it was hopeless, you know. We hope every day that we're making the best difference that we can make, and we show up thinking we're gonna give 100%, and I see my team giving 200%, 500%. They're working super hard every day.
Something that I think is really special with the Laukaki Network within these partnerships is when I hear people say that they feel like they're being brought up, and it's because some of these shared resources, that they have the tools to succeed now. Every single one of them in the greenhouse, in the seed bank, out in the field, I'm just always so impressed and motivated by everyone's dedication that this community, they make it possible for Laukaki Network to exist and for us to do what we do. Everyone's agenda is the plants. So we can, through collaboration, advance plant conservation in Hawaii.